There were 3 failing actors and they decided to make a podcast, and here it is.
Guess who's back?
Baby
Your
boys.
favourite podcast crew. I'm Jordan.
I'm Jack.
And I'm Victor.
We're still actors.
And
We're still failing. So we took a little break over Christmas, but we're back now, which is all good to relieve people's Christmas blues. Normally, we like to start off with a little section called 3 Things I Hate, but something a little different's going to happen this time, which Jacko is not aware of.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Take it away, V-Man.
Smash me to pieces. Beat me to death. Fry me alive. The life of an egg. Hi, my name is Humpty Dumpty. I grew up a caged egg, and this is my story. October the 7th, I was born in prison, with shouts and screaming, but no one listened. From the farm across the distance to the free-range eggs when life was different. Fast forward to when I was packaged and boxed, put up in the shelf to your local shops. Pick me, we plea, to come to your home, to this box that's all dark and alone. Now, back to the day of present. It may seem pleasant, mundane and sane, but yesterday 5 of my brothers were grabbed and a lunge. Smash for a Victoria sponge.
What did you make of that, Jack?
Well, that's what I love in the new year. I love some new stuff.
That was so
very
random.
interesting. That was so interesting.
I did some slam poetry in the perspective of an egg.
I like it. I
We
feel
just did like
the
a writing
egg market would really enjoy that.
We were just doing a writing session and he just came out with that. I was like, yeah, that's going to the podcast. You have no choice.
That deserves some airtime.
But now we're on to our usual first topic, which is 3 things I hate. And we're back to V-Man. Now, you should all know the rules by now. If you don't, this is like episode 5 or 6 or something.
Some people join in halfway.
But so basically, we ask
Yeah.
we ask one person a week to tell us 3 things they hate about something they love, and watch them kind of cry as they have to destroy something they really love. And this week is V-Man's.
Fantastic.
Do you have any ideas, Jack? Pretty sure he probably did something horrible to you, so get your revenge, you know.
Did I?
It's so
No, I think it was
difficult,
me,
though.
but I'm
I
trying
think
to
it was
shield.
you.
I'm trying to shield.
I gave him
It's
a
so
leeway.
difficult. So difficult because, well, I don't know. It's got to be
So hate
something
so much
really,
things.
yeah.
Have you done this
guys.
once
No.
so far, haven't you?
Yeah, I did trains.
And it was trains. You managed to weasel your way out.
Yeah, properly wheedled out of
You
it.
didn't really talk about trains. You just, I don't know how you managed
Beat
to get out
around
of
the topic, didn't
that.
you?
Yeah, you beat around the topic a little bit.
Unless you've got an idea, I can't say that
There's
there's.
probably a couple of ideas. Swearing. Things he hates about swearing, because he loves to do it a lot. Cats.
I love
His
swearing.
personal cat. Moi.
Amazing.
Oh, little Maisie. That would be really horrible, though.
Ooh.
There's a couple of ideas I had.
Well, then do one of those. Yeah, I suppose just do one of those.
So Victor, talk about your little cat Maisie.
My little cat Maisie.
Mhm.
What do you hate about me?
And the things you hate.
You love her, but what do you hate about her? What disgusts you?
Maisie hates me, and it really annoys me because I really like animals, and she just won't come. I think it's because I smell of dog, because I've got a dog.
Yeah.
Alright, Maisie Moo. Alright, we're going to have to lay into your ear a bit, alright?
Doesn't give enough cuddles.
Yeah. Alright, so she is pretty sassy, so I'm going to start with that. I mean, she doesn't like other people, which is hard when you have friends. You want to go, oh look, my cat's really nice, but she isn't nice to anyone but me and my mum. So it's a bit hard to prove, but
So being sassy.
I also sort of like that a bit.
It's my cat.
It's not what you like. Those aren't the
Not what you
rules. Need like a button that I can press every time you try and deflect. Where you're like, oh, I hate that, but I tell you what, I do like that as well. I just need it to make like a big shrieking noise.
Number 2, she wakes me up every fucking morning. She sits outside my door and meows until I wake up. My bedroom is literally by the front door of the house, and if she gets let out, she always wakes me up going, "Ew, ew." until I get up, and she knows where I'm sleeping there, so she's completely aware of what she's doing.
She knows.
So I guess that's number 2.
Wake up early.
Number 3, she always sits on my shit. Like if I'm writing or something, she always goes and sits on my shit, and I'm trying to write. And
Thank God, I thought you meant literal shit.
No, I thought you meant
no, paper and write documents that I'm writing creatively. Like she just decides to just pop a squat
wherever she pleases. The same with most cats, though, surely.
Yeah, but
apparently as well with like things like paper, any type of thing that like looks like a box or resembles a box, like paper, cats are more likely to sit in it.
Cats only exist in the 2D.
In the
2 dimensions.
She also walks across laptops when you're doing work.
Nah.
Which is always a bummer.
That would
An
annoy
attention
me.
seeking thing.
Yeah, probably.
Mm-hmm. How much of a meower is she?
We've established this.
She's a like.
I know she does it outside, but does she like meow at everything?
She does it for food.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I feed her on time, but if she wants to be fed early,
she'll let you know.
Does it for treats? Oh, I know there are dreamies in the cupboard. We piss Victor off until he gives me one. Sometimes I don't.
Just to teach her a lesson.
Yeah, just throw a curveball in the mix.
Lesson.
I saw the general hurt in your eyes as you had to destroy your own cat there. So I feel that's like
good revenge.
That makes up for
revenge.
that's good revenge.
Yeah,
Feels good.
Feels nice.
I don't actually know who is doing that next week,
but I'm sure we'll figure it
but
out.
I'm sure we'll figure it out, and
I'm sure we'll figure it
we'll
out.
abuse that person.
I believe it's Jordan Matthews.
Is it?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I think
Fuck.
it is.
I think I'm going to scrap 3 things I hate. Give a week's break and see how we feel about it. Do we have a V-Man advert coming up?
Mr. Bob Boatman here. Hey, I'm Bob Boatman from Bob Boatman Sinking Ships. Do you enjoy sailing for a vague amount of time? Do you enjoy the sea so much you want to place large places of boat debris inside it? Well, with Bob Sinking Ships, inconvenience has never been so convenient. We got models of sinking ships such as the Titanic, the Britannic, and the Macaulay Culkin. So come on down to Bob Sinking Ships at your local harbour.
Oh dear.
Oh dear. Up next, topic of the week.
Topic of the week. Dun 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 dun.
Boosh. So we had a couple of ideas for this. I don't know which one we're sticking with. Are we going with your idea, Jack?
No, we'll go with yours.
My idea?
I feel like we'll go with yours.
Well, since
we can touch on my idea though.
we talk about that as well.
I think it's important.
So the first topic we'll discuss is we've gone through New Year's. So New Year's resolutions, yay or nay?
Right.
And if yay, what are your New Year's resolutions? Do you think they work? Do you think they're an excuse? Kind of, what are your opinions about it?
Right.
Start with you, Victor, because you look like you got something to get off your chest.
You look like this is touching.
There's a touch of nerve here. I don't know why.
New year, new me. Nope, you're still the same cunt.
Yeah, right.
I hate it.
Why did you hate it?
I like the idea that people are trying to better themselves, but a certain day to do it is ridiculous. I don't know if it's me being overly autistic or something. Talking about it.
No.
Just fucking I always think, I don't know, if you're gonna make that change, why don't you make that change like halfway through the year last year or whatever you decided?
It's just a day, so you can do it any day.
Yeah.
I guess it's just a nice marker that it kind of forces people to do it a little bit. Yeah. But I don't really know anyone who's had a New Year's resolution and have like stuck with it more than like a month.
Yeah.
It's one of those things which just gets...
Hypocritically, I am doing a dry January.
But that's something that's established. That's something that has scientific backing. That if you stop drinking for a whole month, then it drinking?
Drinking. And it was based on the fact that I was obviously going to drink on New Year's Eve because there's always things to do on New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
And I was drinking that Christmas period, and it just made sense to stop the day afterwards. But I didn't go. I'm not going to go New Year,
New Me, and all that. Yeah. How about you, Jack?
Well, I'm a bit mixed bag really, because like you say, if you're an arsehole last year, you're probably still going to be an arsehole this year.
Yeah.
It's just it's in your neck. Unless you really want to change, then you'll do it and continue it. I think it's good if people want to like give up smoking or like you say dry January, then it's like a real place marker to do it. But apart from that, it's a load of bollocks, isn't it really?
Yeah.
It's just people just just fishing on social networks, and it's just like I hate it.
Yeah, no, I'm kind of with you guys on that for the most point. I mean, there's probably a few people it helps because it's a bit of a reminder of, hey, you should do that thing you're always meant to do.
Yeah.
But you could do it any day. I personally, I don't think I've ever given myself a New Year's resolution. Have you guys done it?
To be better.
To be better.
Yeah.
Stronger. We remade him.
More mighty.
More mighty, yeah.
You will fall at Caesar's reign.
The
Kaiser.
Okay, do you guys want a New Year's resolution?
Do I?
No.
Yeah, give you both a New Year's
I don't want
resolution.
that. I don't want that.
Yours is to give Jordan more money.
Oh, yeah, good one.
And Jack, yours is just to worship Jordan a bit.
A little bit more. Worship him more than I
more,
already do.
so more of like a deity's deity rather than just a deity, I think. That's the level we need to go to right here.
Mate.
And my own resolution's just to, stay being awesome.
Keep on keeping on.
Keep being an actor.
Maybe
keep
cut
failing.
down on the awesomeness.
It's just too much.
I actually
It's just
suffer
so much.
from a phobia called me phobia.
Oh,
I don't know if you guys have heard of this. It's a serious thing. So it's the phobia that I am so awesome that everyone around me won't be able to take it anymore, and they'll all explode and die. And I suffer from this every day. So if anyone out there also suffers from me phobia, get in touch.
Start a crowdfunding.
I've got a helpline and everything. I need funding to, it takes a lot of effort to not kill people from me phobia. Really, it's a big problem.
Do you know what the worst thing about New Year, New Me is? You get a flood of people in January in the gym.
Oh yeah.
And I'm there 12 months a week, and then they
12 months a week.
12
Quick math.
months a week.
12 months a year, son.
And,
Getting that grind.
It floods in and filters out during
Quite
spring,
quickly.
just before spring,
Yeah.
and it's like,
But you've got to give it to them if that's what they want to do.
They
That's
do
what
go
I mean.
for
So
it.
you people going to the gym.
I don't-
that's what you
I
wanna
And a
do.
few
Yeah.
people might stick with that, so it's good for them.
I don't discriminate
Okay.
anyone sort of trying to make himself better.
Yeah,
it's just
yeah.
weird giving himself a time of day to do it.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, no, I
I
definitely
get
get it. I understand it.
And the way some people talk about it, like, I'm a new person now, turned over a new leaf.
Oh, I don't get that. I don't
Yeah.
get. I mean, people can change,
But
but I
that's
don't
why-
think you can do it on a day.
But that's what I mean about social media phishing. So it's a lot of people just taking to social media that have just got this image that they're not even like a real person.
Yeah.
That they're not even this. They're just this thing that exists on the internet for people to see.
There's
So
not
it's
the bad parts. There's never the bad
there's
parts.
never the bad. And
you
even
don't
if
put the
there
bad
are the
parts.
bad
Oh.
parts, there's so many bad parts that you're sick of hearing about it.
Yeah.
It's
Just
it's
constant.
the whole idea of having like this fake. Everyone's obsessed with having a front, almost
Yeah,
like, oh, my life's
absolutely.
amazing, or it's the other way around. They're always like,
You
oh,
don't.
woe is me.
Woe is me.
My life's horrible. Give me
Fucking hell.
attention. It's weird, man. Like, I mean, if it's an outlet for people, it's an outlet.
Yeah.
But I don't personally really post on Facebook much. I post like once a year normally, just because something big happens. I'm like, oh, this happened. Actually, no, I post every week.
It's my
Fuck
birthday.
that.
We
I
post every week.
I post every week about this
Because of
podcast.
this
But apart from that, I don't really post. Loving it. So the other topic we were going to discuss.
It was the 75th Golden Globes week just gone.
But we looked through the categories and everything, and I'd basically seen none of it. I feel really bad about. I've seen some of the TV shows that were nominated,
Yeah.
but as an actor, I was like, oh, I should probably watch.
Shit,
Probably
I'm
watch more
actually-
films, yeah.
Yeah, I should probably have like got in touch a bit with this. I mean, Dunkirk, that was up there. It's something
was
I've
good.
been
I
wanting
watched
to
it,
see for
yeah.
ages. I couldn't see it in cinema for some reason. I can't remember why.
Well, I think you've missed out with Dunkirk though, because
That was a good cinematic experience.
there's very little, and I don't want to ruin it. Have you seen?
I've seen it done.
You've seen it,
It's
yeah.
amazing.
So I don't want to ruin it for you, but there's very little script, like talking script.
Yeah, yeah,
It's a lot of visual and sound. So I think you've missed a little bit out by not seeing it
in the cinema. I can't remember why I didn't see it.
because you're a bitch.
Probably along those lines.
You had to think about it. That's not me. I'm not a bitch.
I'm not a bitch. And then I've decided to go see it, and then it gone.
But I think an interesting thing to talk about with the Golden Globes is everybody wore black. Have you read about that? So everybody wore black in support of the Time's Up movement, standing with solidarity for victims of the sexual assault and harassment. So all this stuff that's coming out about all these actors that are sexually harassing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's funny because James Franco's just been caught. So he won for the Disaster Artist, didn't he? I can't remember what award he won. Specifically, it might be like Best Actor in Leading Role. And then on the night, people were tweeting like, "Yeah, you sexually assaulted me," and this, that, and the third. strange. It's a strange.
But has he like actually been found out of doing everything, or people just doing that?
Well, it's hard to tell because I can't remember if it's a couple of years ago.
It's James Franco's the older one, isn't it?
Yes, not Dave Franco. No, James is the older one.
Yeah.
I think it was a couple of years ago. He was in touch with somebody on Instagram Messenger, and she was 17. But I mean, the age of consent in New York is 17, so he wasn't breaking any rurules. It wasn't like against the law for those to be talking romantically. I think it was just frowned upon. But I just think it's weird that somebody's coming to light and then these allegations are being made against them, even though this whole movement of these people coming forward to say that they've been sexually harassed and this and that. Obviously, it's horrible, but it's just odd that those two things happen to fall together at that exact
same time.
Yeah,
it's really hard on.
It's changing the whole land. I think it's really interesting for us.
I swear there was that. So there's a football player. I think it's Ched Evans. I want to say
Ched Evans.
So he had a fairly decent career. I think he was he'd played for Man City. He was playing in the Championship.
Right.
Got put in prison because allegedly he had raped someone.
Right.
It got found out he didn't.
Right.
Like 2 years later, and he came out, but no club would sign him because all their sponsors would pull out as soon as he was them,
so
and it's like ruined his entire career.
You're exactly.
But like he didn't. I don't know if he did or didn't do it, but like, he got let out for it. So you know.
But I just think it's really interesting for us going into 2018 because it has completely rocked the whole landscape of a industry that we want to go into. But there's some really interesting arguments both sides. So a couple of people have been saying, reading articles, they're saying that it's really weird because now men in that industry don't feel like that they can hit on women. Yeah. Even though obviously sexually assaulting somebody is never okay. That's established. Yeah. But actually like approaching a woman to become romantically involved with that person,
I think that's
could be perceived now as like, well, no, you're trying to.
I think that's kind of global. No, not global. Like a massive thing.
Yeah,
like, in general, not just in acting. Like people hitting on co-workers being a bad thing.
Yeah,
like, to be honest, I don't think they should make a big thing out of it unless it's harassing them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so if it goes further than that, absolutely. I just think it's interesting for us because it's going to change everything this year.
Yeah, exactly.
Like some of my favourite, like Kevin Spacey, for example. Absolutely, I loved Kevin Spacey. One of my favourite actors ever. Absolutely so diverse. He was what was he at the National Theatre in London? Was it the National? He was the artistic director of the National in London. Amazing. And then he's like raped and sexually assaulted like so many kids. And it's like, what the fuck?
Just
like, maybe it's been going on for years.
Oh, it probably has been
convicted, but there's so many allegations now.
Oh, okay. I don't know if we can say he's done it on the podcast yet, unless he's been convicted.
It's not me to say, but there are a lot of allegations, and that's completely collapsed his. Well, I don't know. He might bounce back.
This is the thing. Like, even we don't know if it's true or not. And it's already ruined his career. Not ruined his career, I mean, he's such a long career, but it's kind of collapsed his current career. Yeah. And even if nothing comes of this, I still think it will affect his career.
Well, it affects my view of him personally.
But I mean, it could be true, and then obviously that's perfectly justified that you feel that way about him. But it's mad, isn't it? It's mad at the moment.
Probably similar things happened with Bill Crosby. Like people loved him so much.
Exactly that.
Yeah, it was hard for people to come to terms with the fact of what he did. So a lot of people were in denial. Yeah. But then the facts came out, and
he had.
That's weird. If they've created something that you personally enjoy, would you then feel bad about watching it?
I wouldn't know because as we know, acting isn't
the person. I know
acting isn't the person. What acting is allowed for, whether Kevin Spacey did it or not is not. It's not my fucking business to say because obviously whatever happened. But what I think is interesting about it is that he used that platform as like a famous actor to perhaps do some of those things. So yeah, it changes my idea of like fuck. What is it? What's the film where he's American Beauty? Seen American Beauty?
I haven't seen it.
Fuck. Okay. Well, then go and watch that film and think of all these allegations now, and you're like, whoa, holy shit!
Whole different meaning to it.
Whole different side.
Scarier than a horror film.
Yeah, I think in some aspects, absolutely. In others, I still really like his work. You know, he played the grasshopper in Bug's Life. Okay.
Wait, what?
Yeah. He played.
What?
Do you know what? if there's any people listening, Jack Cherry loves paedophile.
I'm not condoning any of the actions any of these people took. I'm just
A
saying,
Bug's Life was a dope film.
as careers, I really enjoy the work that they do and have done. That's just my.
Well, that makes sense.
If you loved something so much, and then
Well, it's like
yeah.
It could be with anybody. That could like I really like Michael Jackson's music.
Yeah, like if someone like invented the television and then you found out it is a mega nonce.
Well, exactly.
You still watch the television.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you're right. It is a catch-22.
Yeah.
That's tough. Up next is something I've been looking forward to quite a lot, and that is Situation Escape.
Half-hearted there.
I was like, hey, do I have to do a jingle? I'll just whisper into the mic.
Jordan started it as well. There's a bit of a confusion.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. I enjoyed that.
Cool.
Actually. I like that.
So this is, I think, so far it's been my favourite section over the weeks.
Yeah, it's good fun.
Of where we put one person in a situation and they have to improvise their way out of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Last week we had our first fail.
Yeah,
And I loved how
Victor,
I loved
put the blame on me, son.
I loved how in the podcast you were like, "Oh, you guys didn't give me any outs,"
I read
and then when
it
you edited
afterwards.
it, you were like, "Man, I had so many outs I didn't take."
I was just in the zone. I was too worried about getting out of the situation. I forgot about the window. Is there an open window? Yeah, okay, I'm going to jump down on the floor and just chill with some ants.
Yeah.
Kill myself.
I think your main tactic was ask the evil guy to turn you back big again from being a no.
Which, in realistic terms, is not a bad tactic.
I mean, it
If he's
almost
there,
worked.
you'd be like, turn me back?
Yeah, true. It almost worked. It was good. It was good fun. This week it is back to the original, isn't it? It's me. It's me being chucked into a situation,
Correct.
I believe.
Yes, it is.
I think I was the first one to get put in a situation. No, it
No
wasn't.
idea.
The original was Victor, but because Victor's done two now. There was the shopping incident.
Yeah, it's my
So we've done a full loop and we're back on to me
now it's you. Because
now it's me.
Yeah, you're at the brothel. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, I was at the brothel last time. I had to get a kebab.
We should write the stuff down more. We should make a
It's
list.
because we had a break. We were fine, I think. We were on a roll.
We'll be okay.
We were organised.
All right.
Professionals.
So,
Professional
the
failure.
situation escape. All right, are you ready? You feel like you're ready?
Man, I feel so unprepared. I feel
I
like...
thought about this, Jack.
I think this
a little
new
bit,
wave...
not enough to...
Okay.
A lot of it I'm going to have to improvise, but that's okay.
We don't do that normally.
We don't do that. We meticulously plan these things.
Definitely scripted. I'm pretty prepared. I mean, I feel like this next wave of them is going to be harder. We all passed the first time round, and now we've had one fail, so I'm a bit worried.
Yeah. No, it's fine. We'll be fine. Okay. So, right now. Okay. It's late spring.
Yeah.
It's late spring.
Love
You're
the
in your
help.
garden tending to your plants,
As you do.
snipping away, watering,
Yeah.
whispering sweet nothings into their ears.
Oh.
Okay. When from behind, so you're facing your house from your garden, sorting out your plants, and behind you,
Yeah.
in your shed, you hear a rumbling. You hear a do 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 do
Hell
do
yeah.
do do. You go to investigate. You're like, oh shit, something. There's a raccoon or a fox.
Yeah, I
Okay,
love raccoons.
So you go over,
Yeah.
and you open the door,
Yeah.
and there are 4 men in full, like, bank robber attire,
Yeah.
and they storm you, and they're like, get out, and then they force you back into your house,
Yeah.
and they say, we're going to take you hostage, and we're going to phone the police, and we're going to ask for a goddamn ransom, and they loosely tie you to a chair.
Thank God the loose sleeve was added to that.
But it's still a knot. There's still a knot there, but not enough to break from. But you can.
I can move my hands
move your
around it.
hands slightly. Yeah.
Okay. Where am I in my house?
You're in the kitchen. You've got a big old kitchen,
Big old
big
kitchen.
outset kitchen.
What's going on now with the 4? There's 4 of them, yeah?
Yeah.
they
One
all-
is sat opposite you,
Yeah.
like shotgun and lap, just like pointing
Fucking
directly
hell.
at you. Yeah.
Where is it aimed at my body?
It's
Somewhere I'm willing
aimed
to sacrifice.
Right, your penis.
I'm not willing to sacrifice.
I was gonna say I wouldn't be willing to sacrifice that.
Okay. I'm gonna ask them what they want. I know like the money, but why me? Why this house? Why me?
It's a good question.
We know what you did.
Fuck, they know. I'm sorry, I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't want to go into detail without my boss's permission.
Oh, okay. Well, I'd like to see the boss then, I guess.
And this really, really skinny dude comes over. And you can tell he's not a junkie, but he's pretty much there. He's really skinny and thin and decrepit and looking down at you. He's really tall and thin and oh gosh.
He's like a bit of a Jack Skeleton.
And he looks you dead in the eye. He's looking you like fierce, mean stare in the eye.
Oh, fuck yeah.
He does a big line of what you think is cocaine off the.
Okay, my innocent mind believes it's sherbet, but we'll keep going.
Yeah.
So you think you can just approach me and ask me questions?
Well, I don't. Technically, you approached me, good sir.
You asked
because I'm sitting down, but
you asked my bodyguard to come to you.
Okay, I regret that initial decision, but in my I'm in quite shock right now. I'm in shock, so I just want to know what's going on, so I can stay calm, and everything will go down.
You
fine.
don't need to know anything. You just your lips, and we make it along.
Okay, cool. I like getting along. Along.
And a big fat guy comes in the room with a really old, the really old telephone with a big pull out antenna.
Oh,
he's like, boss, right, the police is on the phone for you. And he hands this big phone to the little guy, and he walks off to take the phone call.
So cool. So now I'm in the room with just two guys right now.
Yeah,
big
just
guy.
two guys. The big guy follows him.
Oh, so it's just
him.
one guy.
No, it's four guys. It's four
Yeah,
guys.
so two of them
in the room.
Cool.
Yeah.
I'm assuming I have my real world skills right now.
You do have your real world skills.
Cool.
Yeah.
So my right wrist is like fucked. So it can do like, is it like double jointed or whatever? I don't know what it's called. Where it can do weird stuff. So can I use that to kind of wiggle my way out of the?
Yeah, do it. I mean, the guys stood looking at you.
Yeah, but they're behind my back, aren't they?
Okay, go for it. Yeah.
See, I can't describe to the people at home what I can do in my wrist, but I can basically do what we call the wobbly fish, which is a really weird thing in my wrist. I'm gonna do that and get loose.
You can double joint it.
I can double joint as I move like backwards. It's called. Yeah. So I'm gonna do that to like break out of my. I'm gonna hold my hands behind my back, but
okay.
I just wanted to get that out because it was hurting, and I just need to start swinging on some professional bodyguards.
Understandably.
But for those who don't know at home, I'm built like a tank. I'm actually really skinny and quite short, so that's help. Okay, I'm gonna speak to the guy in front of me, the bodyguard.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look, man. You know what I did, yeah? So you know what I did. So I could pay you double if you got me out of this situation.
It's a good tactic.
Do I know what I did, or do I not?
Yeah, you do know what you did.
I do know what I did.
Damn right
God,
you know what you did.
Of course I know what I did. I did it. God damn it.
How much are we talking?
Double.
And he's thinking about it, and he's playing with his little chin hairs, and he's thinking about your offer.
Okay, I'm gonna say double what you're currently being paid.
I'll think about it.
Think about it.
Cool. He's gonna think.
I'm going to turn to the other guy who was in the room. I don't know where he is yet.
Yeah,
and judge his reaction.
He's trying to make a sandwich.
So he didn't hear any of that.
Bread. No. Yeah.
Does he have a knife on him then? If he's
he's got a big old cut knife.
Okay, I'm going to check my back pockets with my now freed hands to
Yeah.
see if I've got anything on me.
Yeah, you do. You have like a small amount of soil.
Yeah.
A really small amount of soil.
From the garden then, yeah.
Yeah.
And a sock.
And a sock.
Yeah, the sock. Am I currently wearing my socks? Because socks appear.
You have got your socks on,
socks
but you have got one in your back pocket just in case.
Man, have you guys seen that Futurama episode with Roberto's like, "Hey Bender, you ever killed a man with a sock? It ain't so hard, yeah!" That's my plan right now, right? So I'm going to do sweet fuck all with that, I think, in those pockets.
Yeah.
I'm going to hop my chair slightly forward towards the guy, so I can lean in real close.
But he's still watching you.
He's still watching me. Yeah, he's got the shotgun. I don't care, man. I'm bouncing towards him. I'm all good. He knows the deal's on. So I'm just going to lean in real close to him and say, you know what else I can give you?
What?
You know your boss.
Of course.
If you help me take your boss down, I believe his daughter may be available to, partake in a fancy date with yourself.
What about his son?
His son, I found, is very popular amongst the bodyguards. So I think he'll have no trouble at all. I think it's Vaseline included.
How much are we talking?
Vaseline? As much as you need, mate. I don't know. I don't know.
I meant cash.
Oh, cash. As I said before, it's double what he's paying you.
Where you got it in the house?
Yes.
And you know that's a lie.
I know it's a
You
lie.
know that's
I
a lie.
definitely know
But
that's
he
a
doesn't,
lie.
and he's twiddling
I
his
stare
little
at the
chin
other
hairs.
man.
He
Yeah,
said that, man.
he's staring at the guy
He's
making
making sandwiches.
making
How's he
sandwiches.
doing sandwich-wise?
Oh, you're pretty sure he's like death.
Oh,
'Cause he
okay.
hasn't clocked the conversation at all.
Okay, that's a good sign.
He hasn't clocked the conversation at all. He's either deaf or he's got really bad tinnitus.
Okay, yeah. You in? Come on, man.
I get up. Have you untied yourself?
Yeah, but you don't know that.
Okay. I get up and I shoot the man making the sandwich.
Holy shit! Boom, straight. Fucking hell. Okay, shit has gone down. I'm now going to pull my arms around the front to show that I'm untied.
Yeah. And unarmed.
And unarmed. I'm
It's
like,
really-
my hands are up in the air.
Yeah.
I'm like, watch the door, because those guys are going to come back. Like, aim your gun at the door.
Yeah.
I'm going to go and loot the corpse.
Okay.
I'm fallout mode here. Loot the
Yeah,
corpse
yeah.
of that guy, see what he had on him.
Okay, he had a butter knife.
Oh, for fuck's sake, no gun!
A butter knife,
Yeah.
a very, very, very small razor blade, like the half razor blades that you have in pre-made shit, like razors.
Yeah.
It's really small. There's probably not a lot you can do with it. He had some dirt in his pocket.
Okay, I'm gonna take the dirt.
And he also had a thing of Vaseline.
Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the very small knife, put that in my pocket.
Okay, it's a butter knife.
No, the small little razor one.
Oh yeah.
Put that in my
Razor
pocket.
blade, yeah.
Take the knife in hand.
Yeah.
I'm gonna grab his dirt and combine it with my dirt.
Okay, good. Now you have a
Yeah.
reasonably
Is
sized.
there any jars around?
Handful of dirt.
You've just jars everywhere. There's stuff.
Okay,
in the
I'm gonna
jars
put
there.
the dirt into the jar.
Okay.
So safekeeping his carry. I'm gonna put that back away.
Yeah.
As you do that, the guys obviously heard the gunshots.
Oh yeah.
And they've killed me.
They've killed. Oh,
Yeah,
fuck's
you
sake.
hear bullets come through.
Is
the
he dead or
kitchen
just
door.
injured, my
Boom, boom,
teammate?
boom, boom. He's probably got like 3
So
words.
he's bleeding out.
He's got 3
Right,
words left.
instantly, I'm going to grab him and use him as a meat shield.
In him. Oh, good. Yeah.
And I'm going to, with my right hand, I'm going to reach around and take his shotgun head off him and point it at the door.
Yeah.
And
Like
I'm going to
that.
yell, "Stay back, motherfuckers!" But in a much badder, "Stand back, motherfuckers!" like that. Like I'm
Yeah.
going to pop gangster up, alright?
Every fucking time.
I'm going to fire a warning shot, just bam, straight through the
Yeah,
doorway.
it blows a small hole through the door, and you can see the skinny guy like lurched over trying to dodge the shot. Yeah.
Cool. And I know there's 2 of them left now.
And the dying guy in your arms
Yeah.
looks back at you, and he looks up at you, and he's got 3 words left, and he uses them then and there.
Promise me Vaseline.
And then he dies.
He dies.
But the guys through the door don't know he's dead, so you're
Then
just
I'm
holding
still
a
use them
corpse.
as so I'm going to pretend I've taken this guy hostage because they don't know each betrayed the other guy yet.
Yeah.
I'm like, right, I killed the first one. I'm not scared to kill this guy as well.
Isn't there 2 dead guys?
Yeah, so
No, but they don't know you're dead.
Oh, okay,
So I'm
okay.
pretending
Yeah,
that
alright.
you didn't turn traitor. So I got you on my
Yeah,
side.
yeah.
All right, I'm going to yell that back across to them
Uh-huh.
out the door. I'm gonna,
I don't give a fuck about that guy.
and this guy's fucking crazy.
This guy's got some issues. Does another line of cocaine. You
Does
can,
another-
you can see through the hole in the door. He does another line of cocaine out of his hand.
Okay. I'm going to try and. So the kitchen, I'm guessing that's adjacent to like a door going out into my back garden.
Yeah.
So I'm going to back out
Yeah.
that
good
way. Is
plan.
the door open?
It's a jar.
It's a
You
jar.
have to move your hand from the shotgun first or drop the body. You've
Can
got
I
to
kick
drop
my
one.
foot backwards?
No. You don't feel comfortable doing that. You've got a big jar of dirt in your back pocket and a sock.
Fuck.
So you could keep the shotgun if you wanted,
Yeah.
but you'd also have to then drop the meat shield. We just shouldn't refer to as a dead human being as a meat shield.
Here's a meat shield. Everyone's
dead
played
guy.
Gears of War. Come on.
Yeah.
I'm going to say we can make a trade.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so he hears your offer. and the two guys, the big guy.
Can I see the big man through the hole?
No, you can only see the skinny.
So
guy.
I don't
you know he's there because you can hear him walk.
Oh, I can hear him because he's not flanking me or anything.
He's
Cool.
big as fuck.
He's big as fuck. Cool. He's not very stealthy. So I'm gonna say we can make a deal. I have something to offer.
Ha! What could you offer me?
And I slowly lower the shotgun a bit, reach into my back pocket and pull out the jar of dirt. And I'm going to hold up the jar of dirt and say, it's in here.
Oh.
Is that premium soil?
No, it's not the soil I'm offering you, it's what's hidden inside the soil. You've heard what I've done, you know what's in there.
Roll it over! Roll!
No, that's not how it's going to work. First of all, you've got to send your big bodyguard in here and make him lay down his weapon. And then I will pass him the jar to take to you.
Let me just...
And he racks up another line of cocaine on the door. You know where the door is.
Oh, wait, he does it on there.
Yeah,
so it splinters up his nose and shit.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Just have a little thinking time. Let me just think some more.
And he racks up an even bigger line. Man,
that's a good deal.
Off the same splintery door.
He knows what's in there. He knows.
He really likes cocaine.
Right.
And you can see through the door that he's grabbing his chest, he's grabbing his heart.
Man, you gotta make a decision quick, dude, because you're gonna die, so you want this deal. Oh, what's in this jar could save your life right now, and you know it.
Save me!
Save me.
He drops to the floor, and the big guy just busts through the door.
Straight away, I'm gonna betray these motherfuckers. I'm gonna pop him straight in the head with the shotgun, like, instantly. Boom.
His big head blows up in the door.
Boosh. And he falls. Does he fall onto the guy?
No, he just falls forward, and you can see this guy like having a heart attack through the open door.
So cool, I'm gonna walk up to this, like, the dying head honcho of this little crew.
Yeah.
How many shells do I have left in the clip of my shotgun? I'm gonna check quickly.
You've used 4.
So there's probably like 1 left, I'm guessing.
Give or take.
Right, I'm gonna use a shoot him in the kneecap.
Oh.
Straight away.
But he is having a heart attack, so
I'm
he's
gonna fuck. I'm gonna shoot him in the kneecap. So he's broke into my house. I got no sympathy right now.
And his kneecap explodes, boom, and he cries out. He cries out in pain, cocaine-fueled pain.
I'm gonna open the jar of dirt. I'm just gonna pour the jar of dirt onto his head and say there was nothing in here in the first place. There was never any deal.
Oh, and he has like a sentence left in him. You can see it.
Right, and before he even says that sentence, no, let him say the sentence first. Let him say the sentence first.
Give me more cocaine.
I love it. I'm just gonna like lean real close into him and just say. So I can't get over that cocaine. I'm just going to lean in real close to him and just say, I fucked your daughter and your wife at the same time. And I'm going to stab him repeatedly, like way too much in the face with a butter knife, like which has still got a bit of jam on it from the guy who was making the sandwich. Just like repetitively stab him in the face over and over again. And then I'm going to walk out my front door covered in blood and just going to go to the local co-op. Just get some more jam to replace.
I think that was the most action-packed survival.
So did I get out of that?
Yeah, you got out of that.
Right, I have a question. What the hell did I do in the first place?
Well,
I have no idea.
You know what you did.
Oh, I know what I did. Okay, guys, I didn't know. They don't know at home what I did. So I'm going to keep that little secret.
Yeah.
So I succeeded, I think. That was pretty...
I think you got out of that well.
I was hyped up right there, though. I was like, Jesus Christ.
Change the name to Situation Homicide, or...
Homicide. Completed it, mate. Completed.
Hey, it's Mork from Mork's Emporium here with my new products, Mork's Flavor Pillows. Do you yearn for a good flavour in your mouth before bed? Or maybe you've always been a pillow biter, like strawberry cheesecake. With Mork's Flavor Pillows, we have 4 flavours. The strawberry cheesecake, the blueberry pie, the chocolate pudding, and the Ted Danson's anus. So come on down to the Emporium and get yours. See you soon.
I really need to go visit that
Oh, I
Emporium.
feel like that's the place to be.
It's just a
There's
place
so
to
much
go
there.
to get anything. Up next is a sound intervention.
A sound intervention.
Yeah. So
this is my favourite. This is my favourite part of the whole. I just wait for this every week.
So this is the section we do each week where someone has suggested an album, the others have listened to it, and then we all give feedback on what we thought about it. And this week was particularly interesting because it was the first non-hip hop album to give, and I believe it partly because Jack wants me to expand my musical horizons.
Listen to like a little bit more, you know. There's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah, I'm quite a big hip hop head so far. But yeah, Jack, what was your choice then?
So this week's album that we've been listening to, I hope, and we're going to be discussing is Radiohead's 2001 release Amnesiac.
Mm-hmm.
It is their sixth album release, so it's the sixth album in the discography.
I can tell you're very excited by this album. You try not to talk about it beforehand as well.
I don't want to talk. No,
album.
I'm going to let you guys talk before I do it.
V, do you want to kick us off?
Okay, so I did enjoy the album, but I felt like a lot of it was background music and not like music I'd solely listen to, but like something like driving music, so etc. Sort of. There was a couple of songs I enjoyed. I think it was You and Whose Army.
Yeah.
And there was one that I really wanted to sample as for a song. I think it was. It's the one with the guitar bit. I think it was either Pyramid Songs or Polk Revolting Doors.
Polk Pull Revolving Doors.
Yeah, it's more of like an instrumental. There's no words in it.
Yeah.
I think it was that one, and I thought, I could really sample this and make a tune.
Yeah.
But I did enjoy it, and I thought it was a good album. But I wouldn't buy it just because it feels like something I'd listen to whilst doing something instead of something I'd strictly listen to.
No, makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't hate it, but you know what I mean. I don't know how you feel about that. See, like the vein coming out. That's how it's
We'll get to that. This is going to be a whole episode 3 again or whatever it is. Where I ranted for like 20 minutes about my album. Like, this is godlike. You love it. You have no choice. So I had a really weird listening experience to this. So I don't own Spotify.
Okay.
So they kept trying to take this stuff down from YouTube. Like, every time I clicked on a video, it was pop up with the same message every time. It's a certain company's taking it down.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So I did get to listen to the whole album, but I think it was three or four tracks I had to listen to live version.
Oh, even better.
Which is strange. But So it's one of those. It's really weird. So the whole album, the whole time I was listening to it, I was thinking, this is what I expect a drug trip to be like in my mind. Like, this is what I expect, to happen. I did really enjoy it. So coming into an album, I hadn't really listened to this genre before. I didn't even know what genre I'd put it in, to be honest.
Sort of alternative, is it? Alternative, not rock, but alternative indie? I don't know.
I'd call it alternative rock to a degree. A lot of their, I'm not getting into it.
And so coming to a genre I hadn't listened to before, I didn't know what to expect at all. And it did take me by surprise. I didn't think it was going to be like this at all. I did really enjoy it, listening through it. My favourite songs were definitely Pyramid. What's it called?
Pyramid Song.
Pyramid Song and You and Whose Army.
Yeah.
They like stand up by quite a bit for me.
Mm-hmm.
The only track I really didn't like, I really hated it because I heard the live version and I just hurt a bit because they just went really high in it, and it just wasn't what I'm used to. And it was track 3, whatever that was.
The Polk Pull Revolving Doors.
Oh, okay. So that's like the instrumental that I like.
Yeah.
So I heard the live version of that, which I wasn't a fan of at all. But I liked the rest of the album. I liked sonically. It was really out there. It was
very
really weird.
Melancholic.
Yeah, it put me in a really weird mood. It was really cool. I did like it, but it hasn't like overly changed. It hasn't all of a sudden made me go, I need to listen to like this more music quite yet. I enjoyed it, but I haven't found myself going back to it. So I listened to it 2 weeks ago now. I've only listened for it once. I think I listened to it like once and a half on the first listen.
Right.
And I enjoyed it, but I haven't found myself wanting to go back. Oh. But I don't know if that's because...
I thought it would change you.
I don't know if it's because like new music's coming out at the moment that I've been listening to.
Jordan comes in with a whole new hairstyle.
So I enjoyed it, but I haven't found myself wanting to
Yeah, no, that's fair.
purchase to go back to it. But it was a really interesting listen, is the best I can say. Just because I didn't see it coming at all. That's all really.
I think we should pop the balloon waiting to speak, which is Jack.
Oh boy!
I'm a really big Radiohead fan.
I didn't actually notice.
There's something sonically, like you're saying about this album, where I kind of get like a little bit of everything. I kind of get their electronic stuff that they do, and you get the really nice kind of jazz on Life in a Glass House. My favourites are... It's hard. I Might Be Wrong, with that really thick guitar chording, that din 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 din.
That's what I wanted to sample.
Oh, what? Yeah.
That's
What I
wanted,
Might Be Wrong.
That's what I wanted to sample.
Obviously, Pyramid
hip-hop
Song
beat
is
on
an
it.
absolute
Yeah,
banger.
that was very
It's
good,
just
yeah.
something about that piano that's like, whoa. And I had like a really weird dream to that song, and that stuck with me, and it's like reoccurring for like so many months. And I woke up and I was like in the sea, but the sea was milk. And it was really cloudy, and there was like projectors of all these different faces of people that I can't, where you kind of know people but you don't know them well enough to like, they're like acquaintances. There was all these people faces being projected on the clouds. It was really, really peculiar. I really like it. I saw them live last year. It's a great, really, really good album. I wouldn't say it's their best album. I wouldn't say it's Radiohead's best album, but it's up there. Definitely.
When did you first hear it?
Fucking years ago.
Let's say, like, how long have you been a fan?
How long have I been a fan
Yeah.
of Radiohead? Oh my god, mate. Since I was like, I don't know, I must have been like 13.
Yeah.
What are Radiohead fans called? Radioheads.
Radioheads.
Radiohead.
I'm not sure if there is a word for it, but
It's a really, like,
Big fan.
little detail, but I quite like little details about album and stuff. I really like the titles of the tracks.
yeah.
I don't know why that's the thing I like. I like titles of
There's
tracks.
a certain
That's really weird.
abstractness to it, I guess.
Yeah, I quite like
It's quite
them.
nice. Like, it was like I don't know. It's very artsy, I guess.
It is really artsy.
Yeah.
Mm.
It is really, really artsy. For those of you who don't know the track listing, it's track 1 is Packed Like Sardines in a Crushed Tin, then Pyramid Song, Polk Pull, Revolving Doors, You and Whose Army, I Might Be Wrong, Knives Out, Morning Bells / Amnesiac, Dollars and Cents, Hunting Bears, Like Spinning Plates, and Life in a Glass House.
Jack's so much of a fan, he didn't even write that down. He just said it on the top of the
Reading that off
dome.
the top of my head.
No, it was a really interesting listen. I'm happy I kind of listened to it.
But I think maybe if that album wasn't for you, then there are other Radiohead albums that you might really enjoy, because that, like you say, that is really out there. That is like...
Yeah, what like number is that? Number 5, you say?
5 or 6.
How many
I'll
do
have a
they
very
have so
quick
far?
look. I'll have a very, very quick look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's their 6th album, and so far they've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and if you count the re-release of OK Not OK, which is a re-release of OK Computer, then what does that make it, 12?
Was it 13? 12, 13.
13, 12
But,
or
like,
13.
It's always really impressive, I find, like, one of the hardest things, I think, for musicians to do is, like, the longevity
Yeah.
of staying in it, and I think that shows if they've got that many albums. I'm assuming they're all fairly well acclaimed or popular.
Yeah, well, some
but,
it's mixed. It's a mixed bag,
Yeah.
really.
but I think that shows a lot of talent to be able to keep going that long. So I've noticed that there's so many artists who will pop up, not even like one-hit wonders. It's like 1 or 2 album wonders, and then they kind of fade away.
Yeah.
But also, at the same time, when I see something like that, it's the dauntingness of like, oh, I want to try and get into Radiohead. Where the fuck do I start?
You
'Cause
can
there's,
just
like,
jump in.
You know what I mean? I do that with a few
You
artists.
can literally just jump in.
I usually
think.
start with their most popular tracks just because they're
They're
highest
normally the
rated.
higher
Well, yeah, obviously, like Creep. Like
Yeah.
everybody knows Creep. It's been covered by everybody.
Can't
They're in a
lose.
fucking lawsuit. Well, they aren't specifically, but their company that they work for is in a lawsuit with, who is it, Lord at the moment, over Creep, because she's done a song and the chord structure is very, very similar.
Okay.
It's really interesting. I mean, if you want to start somewhere,
Well, he already has, hasn't he?
we've started on
We have.
Amnesiac, but I mean, if that's not for you, I really like Held to the Thief or the Bends. I started on the Bends, so I'd not heard Pablo Honey, which was the '93 release, but then I listened to the Bends when I was like 13, and I was like, whoa, what the fuck, this is great. And then obviously, as more stuff was coming out, I was kind
That
of
was a game changer. Nice, man.
yeah, I think so.
All right.
This week's your choice, isn't
That's
it?
your choice.
Right. So I've gone through.
Jordan's
So
Hey, I bet
I'll-
it's hip hop.
It is, but I'll explain why. So originally, after the whole hip hop debate, when we first did it, I was like, you know what, I'm going to do something completely different. I was going to do a soundtrack
Ooh.
to a TV show
Oh.
called Vikings. But then I realised it works so well with the show that I don't know if listening to it on its own would have the same impact, and I don't know if we'd have so much to talk about. So I was thinking of what albums I wanted to put in. So I was thinking of maybe one of my favourite, most underrated artists, I feel, in rap, which is Lloyd Banks' first album.
Okay.
And then I was like, I've already done one of my top 5 albums of all time.
Yeah.
Why don't I go for another one?
Yeah.
So I was thinking, up until a couple of hours ago, it was going to be DMX's It's Dark and Hell is Hot.
Oh yeah, man.
Which is such a tune. I want you guys to listen to it. But on the way, the train station journey, picking up Jackie Boy, we were listening to Jonah Lucas remixes. And I really, really like those remixes. So I'm going to choose an album even I haven't listened to yet. And I don't think either of you guys have listened to it yet.
Okay, I like it.
So he doesn't actually, I've only looked him up recently, he doesn't actually have a full debut album out yet.
Right.
But his latest mixtape is...
He has.
He does?
Yeah.
What's it called? Yeah, that's the mixtape. So it's not technically...
Is that a mixtape?
Yeah, so it's a debut commercial mixtape.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And so it's Jonah Lucas... God knows why he's chosen this, but it's
It's
5...
a suicide number.
Is it?
I think so.
I thought it was going to be like an area code. There's 508 or 508 507 2209. And I don't think I've heard
Whoa, hold the fucking phone. So 508 507
Yeah, 2209.
It's on Spotify, Jet.
9. Oh, right. So
And
cool.
I don't think I've heard a single song.
I have.
Have you heard most of it?
I don't want to say.
I think I've heard bits of it,
Yeah.
but I'm
So I've not heard
excited for
any of
listen
it.
through. Okay, cool.
And I didn't think you guys heard too much of it.
And
So, yeah.
that is, we'll talk about that next week. That's
So
exciting.
that's exciting. So we've got a final advert of the week coming up.
That's me.
That's not you, it's an advert.
There's an advert.
It's an
Come on.
advert, not
Press play.
play.
It's not me. It's
Play.
Hey.
Oh, wow.
Hey, I'm Steve from Loan Sharks. I'm Steve Loan Shark, and I'm here sick of these APR businesses. So I started my own company. Here at loanshark.com, all you need to get started is your home address and the names of your family and your family's family and the list of uninhabited woods near you. You know, for legal reasons. So come and join me now at www.loanshark.com. Warning, we are not legible for broken limbs or 6 feet under naps.
Wow.
I would actually recommend this.
The guy in the advert, I think he meant to say liable. Like,
I don't know, man. I think he got it pretty spot on.
I think he's.
I recommend these guys. This is how our own YouTube page is actually funded, is through these guys. So we had to put their advert
They put a
in.
lot of really clean money into our pockets.
Into our pocket. So it's gone good. So for our final section this week is the job interviews, which is called something that's not job interviews. And
What can you bring to the table?
What can you bring to the
If you forget that one
table?
more time,
It's because it's
I'm
not
gonna
written
make
down.
I'm going to make you eat.
Someone rubbed out the thing. I'm going to write it down. What can you bring to the table?
And today we are interviewing Jackie Boy.
You're interviewing me. Oh, I'm so excited.
Do you want to explain the rules?
Oh, yeah, so if you're not familiar with this game, which I hope you would be by now, because we play some strong improv games on this podcast. Okay, so what can you bring to the table? What it is what we like to do on our trips to and from performances and rehearsals and like auditions, is we like to pretend to interview each other in public places and just make it this whole show for people on the train. And it's really fun for us because it keeps us sharp and keep doing what we like to do. So I'm going to be interviewed for a fake job. Okay, so...
Enter.
Hi, hello, hi.
Hi.
It's lovely to meet you. It's lovely to meet you.
Hi.
It's great to meet you. I'm glad I could make it on time. I'll just pull up a chat. I bought a copy of my CV, if that's what you because you did request a copy of the CV in the email you sent me.
A CV's a lot like a rule book.
Mm-hmm.
And what do we do with rule books? Throw them out the window, mate.
Throw them out the
Throw them
window.
out the window. Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Yeah,
Do you want it back?
obviously.
Do you want
No.
You look like you want it back.
You do look like you want it back. You can
Can
say.
I just have it back? 'Cause
Okay.
I really.
Sorry, Mariam. Can you get the rule book? We threw it out the window. I mean the CV. Sorry, darling. Okay.
Go back in the room now.
Thank you.
Okay, yeah. So sorry for that. It's printing costs at the library are quite high, and I just but I'm here, so
So you know what we do.
I
It's
do.
very artistic,
Absolutely.
unique.
Mhm.
Don't think it's been done before. We're the only company currently.
Yeah.
But we are slightly worried that a competition will soon be entering the market.
Okay.
What do you think you could bring to the table to kind of counter this opposition?
Okay. I mean, I had a really strong grade in my GCSE art. I got a solid B. My teacher said I could have got an A. Didn't use enough yellow in my final project, so that's just something I've had
The
to
yellow
deal with.
always catches us out. don't
Absolutely, I
worry.
know, and it's just a colour that I can't seem to wrap my head around. Okay. Apart from that, I make doodles. I have a selection of doodles in my. You could have seen my doodles on the back of my CV. Unfortunately, obviously, like the rule book, we throw it out the window. We throw it
out the window.
Out the window. But they're on there. So when was her name Margaret?
Mariam.
Miriam. When Miriam brings them.
You need to learn her name.
Yes.
Come in, Mariam. There we go.
There you go. It's back.
Great. So as I, on the back of here, there are some key doodles. I think I could bring.
Lot of cock pictures.
A lot of
Yes.
topics, which is actually perfect for our company, obviously. For balls, it works so well.
So vasculine.
Absolutely. There's just something about the phallic shape that is key.
So the attachment of the googly eyes
Yes.
to the balls of our customers is quite a delicate procedure. Can't say that word anymore. I need to get that back into. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. Oh,
Always very
don't like people
articulate.
correcting me though. We'll get to that later.
Let me just interject quickly. I got a C in my BTEC English,
Didn't we all? Yes.
so that's something to consider.
Yeah.
So
I mean, they're giving them away, but
Absolutely.
the process is quite delicate. So how would you approach a set of balls?
Okay, I'd take the plums in my hands.
I mean, go on.
Go on.
Tweezer in my right. My right being the predominant hand. I'm showing you my right predominant hand. Okay.
I don't know why you're speaking in the third person, but continue.
I'd carefully pluck the googly eye from its antibacterial sterile tray, and I would softly place the googly eye upon the plum of the customer, allowing absolute precision. Okay, no room for errors when placing the googly eye on the plum. The plum needs its googly eye. Okay, and I feel like I did good there. I feel like that was,
That was we apologise for the minor bits of laughing. My colleague here made a very funny joke before you entered, and it keeps reoccurring in my mind. Of course you can.
How many Marians does it take to pick up a CV?
One.
Nah, killed her.
See, it's funny, isn't it?
Great. Yes. It's very funny.
Yeah.
It's very funny.
It's just a bit of dark humour we have around here.
Indeed.
Yeah.
I did wonder why only one light was on above us. I have to admit, I thought that was a little strange at first, but now it's all starting to make sense.
Mood lighting.
Yes.
That's something you need to learn when dealing
can't-
with our customers.
Absolutely. I forgot to say on the other side of my CV, I have
Third side.
the third side of my CD is a three-dimensional shape. It is okay.
That's quite impressive.
Absolutely. I bring all aspects to the table. Okay. So I do actually have it's a foundation degree in plum handling. Okay, I've handled many a plum in my time. My own plums daily.
It's very impressive.
Very impressive. Indeed.
I'm very impressed so far.
Good.
Is there anything you would like to add there? Any more questions?
Yeah, no. Obviously, we're a dark humoured bass arts community, and
Maybe you could tell us a joke, a
Yeah.
dark humoured joke.
Okay, a dark humoured joke.
Yes.
I know several. Okay. Oh jeez. Okay. Okay, no, I have one. I have one for you. Now, okay. So we're comfortable with dark humour. We've established this. Okay, I've got this. If you were to push a black man and a Jew off of a building, who would hit the ground first?
I don't know.
Okay. The black man. Because chains fall faster than ash.
too far.
Yeah. There's
I knew it.
Well,
I knew.
There's dark humour, and then there's that level of humour.
You're gonna hear from us.
So you're going to hear from us and possibly our legal team.
I'm really sorry.
So if you would like to get some representation, we'll leave that up to you. That's your own free will.
Okay.
This has been recorded, just to let you know for legal reasons, obviously.
Jeez. I just thought I was going to handle balls.
and-
that's all I thought this job would be.
And the police, I'd be expected to contact you, so expect them to come.
Thank you, Darren.
Yeah, can you please
Is
leave?
it Darren?
Leave.
My
I don't
name's
think.
Dan. Okay.
I think that it's best not going on a first name basis right now.
Okay. Well, thank you for your time. Thank you.
No worries.
Thank you.
What a disgusting arsehole.
Can't have that.
I definitely didn't get that. And you made me tell a horrible. You made me tell a really.
Yeah, the worst thing is, I laughed at that horrible joke. That's the worst bit. So that's it for this week.
That's people
That's it.
unsubscribing.
Woo! That went well.
Dark.
That went really dark. I thought a bit of light humour attaching googly eyes to balls was a pretty.
It's good. Well, that was episode 5.
4?
That was episode 5.
Five. It is episode 5.
Definitely 5. Yeah.
It definitely is because you've done. Yeah, it is.
Please come back next week. That was.
We'll tone it down a bit.
We'll tone it down.
I'm going to turn it up. I don't know what
We
you
start talking about light cheese and stuff.
Yeah, we're
Just
turning
light-hearted.
into a connoisseur type.
Airplane food, am I right?
As you know, we've got an email address you can contact us on. It's 3failingactors@gmail.com. That's 3, the number 3, not the word.
Any suggestions on anything improv we can do for you, or anything games you want us to play?
And if you know us on Facebook, then holler us that way as well.
If not, subscribe, like this video, all of that really YouTube-y things.
Peace.